Hey there. So just thinking about the theme. No, sometimes you look back and you go, well, what was the point of all the things that I've talked about in the last few weeks that seem random, but they weren't? And what I think, sorry, I think what the Lord is saying is that He wants us to learn to approve of that which is excellent. That's really it. It's in this world, it is so dark that we have our concept of discernment turned upside down. My concept of discernment up until just very recently was you're discerning that which differs and that which is negative and that which is of Satan. Like I said, it's like you see Satan behind every tree and under every bush. And, you know, because of my experience in Christianity, I was always discerning the teachings and discerning, I never saw anything positive. Really, there was nothing positive, nothing good, to the point where it's like, did I even know how to recognize if God is actually doing something? And I think that he couldn't have said these words a year ago to this group of people that are listening and fellowshipping in this community, because we were in a different place. And what he's done is he's really picked us up and breathed life into us, uh, and reestablished our assurance in him and comforted our hearts and revealed grace to us and given us a whole new language to describe grace. I mean, I hear people talking about grace in a much more clear way than, in fact, I can't even find things in English in church history that are as clear as some of the simple things that people are saying now. I mean, you don't even know how God has cleared the atmosphere uh, and made the way straight for grace to shine. And now there really is something positive to approve of. That it's not that it wasn't there before, it's just that we weren't ready to receive it. And we were all in such negative environments learning what wasn't the truth. But now we've been, for the last, at least for me, the last 8 months has been a diet of really reassuring um, and nourishing food from heaven, which is just revealed Christ to me and made it really real through the fellowship. And because of that, now God's just doing some cleanup. Like I said, he's been testing to see if we can discern when he's moving. And he's used a few different things to just try to break up our old concepts and expose our hearts a little more, where we fall into these ruts of uh, negativity and divisiveness. It's easy for us still to go there because that's our old habits, but he's bringing us out of it. And what I've seen for the first time in all of these videos where I've done all these controversial things, and it's been such a struggle, I have to say that I've been amazed because people's minds are actually changing, which I've never seen before. I don't see people change their minds very often. People say, you know what, I never really thought of that before. I totally see that now. You know, I was dead set against it, but you've helped open my eyes or whatever, and now I see something new. That's amazing. That's miraculous. That is God working in people's hearts. Uh, so, anyway, Now, what God's wanting is to train us to approve of that which is excellent and approve of the move of the Spirit. Do you want to know why? Because He's about to do some excellent things in our lives, and He wants us to approve of them. He wants us to recognize Him moving and discern it, and actually be looking for the positive, looking, anticipating, like the psalm that says that, we wait like a servant, a handmaid on his hand, or something like that. We're just waiting for Him to move. We're expectant. We are joyfully expectant to see something from the Lord. That's why He wants us to discern and approve of that which is excellent, and train our senses to recognize His moving. That's why He's focusing on this, because He actually wants to do something, and He wants us to jump in, and be healed. So He's just trying to prepare our hearts to receive good things, and He wants to break us out of our ruts of only expecting negative things and being suspicious and fearful all the time, because what He's going to do that's good is going to be in the fellowship, and it's going to require that we receive one another and recognize that we're members one of another, so that we can drink deeply of the riches of Christ that are about to be revealed in the saints. And eventually that's going to culminate in the rapture and the glorification of the church and the manifestation of the sons of God. But we have a foretaste coming. At the beginning of this channel, God showed me, or I felt like God showed me, that there was going to be a season of refreshing coming for the grace believers before the rapture that was going to culminate in the rapture. And I think that this is somewhat related to that He's just training our hearts and preparing us to receive a refreshing season from Him. And we need it because we've been beat down. But it all starts with our approving of that which is more. Our Christian life starts by approving the testimony of God and setting our seal that His word is true concerning Christ and His death and His resurrection and what that accomplished for us. And then we go through this season where we're learning to discern between that and other things. But then once we've cleared that all out of the way, now we want to start setting our seal. That's what amen means. Amen means, yeah, I agree with you, God. I set my seal that this is you. This is you moving. This is you. This is truth. I receive. And Jesus is the Amen and the faithful witness, and He wants to reveal God to us. So I'll leave it at that, but I just thought I'd comment on what I think God's doing. I'm starting to see that this is leading in a good direction. All right, take care.